Melody Sherry involved in legal trouble. There were constant rumors and speculation, with critics hoping her name would eventually appear in a mugshot headline. Instead, the latest reports involve another active member of the Love and Marriage, Huntsville cast. The timing has caught many fans by surprise because the show is reportedly filming a new season after receiving approval for several more episodes. Since cameras are already rolling, viewers are wondering whether this situation will become part of the storyline, much like previous legal issues involving other cast members have been discussed on the show. Many fans have pointed out the irony. While so much attention was focused on rumors surrounding Melody, the newest legal news has nothing to do with her. Instead, reports say Marsau Scott has now been arrested again, leading to another round of discussion across social media. According to information published by the Jasmine brand, Marsau Scott was reportedly arrested in Madison County, Alabama, on Sunday morning. Jail records list his full name as Marsau Javon Scott. The records show he was booked on June 28, 2026, at approximately 7:31 a.m. He was then released later that same morning, just before 10 a.m. News of the arrest spread quickly online because it happened only a few hours before many people even realized anything had taken place. As soon as the booking records became public, fans began searching for more information about the reported charges. According to those records, 3 items were listed during the booking process: third-degree assault, harassment, and an alias writ. However, authorities have not released additional details explaining exactly what happened or what led to the arrest. Because of that, many important facts remain unknown. Since the official reports provided very little background, I wanted to better understand what these charges actually mean under Alabama law. I'm not a lawyer, so I looked up the legal definitions simply to explain the information that has been made public. Under Alabama law, third-degree assault is generally considered a misdemeanor offense. It can involve intentionally causing physical injury to another person, acting recklessly in a way that causes injury, or causing injury through criminal negligence under certain circumstances. The exact situation depends entirely on the facts of each individual case. The harassment charge is also classified as a misdemeanor. State law describes harassment as conduct intended to annoy, alarm, threaten, or harass another person. That can include unwanted physical contact, abusive language, threatening behavior, or certain forms of repeated communication, depending on the specific circumstances. The third item listed in the booking records, known as an alias writ, is different from a criminal charge. It generally refers to a legal process connected to arrest warrants or court procedures. In some situations, it may involve a previous warrant that was not carried out or a defendant who failed to appear in court. However, without official details from the authorities, it's impossible to know exactly how it applies in this particular case. At this point, that's really all that has been confirmed publicly. Officials have not explained what allegedly happened, who was involved, or what events led up to the arrest. Until more verified information becomes available, much of the discussion online remains speculation. Right now, there are still many unanswered questions. We don't know whether this case is connected to the television show, a personal matter, or something completely unrelated. The official records only confirm that an arrest took place and list the reported charges. Beyond that, very little has been released to the public. As more people began reacting online, social media quickly filled with opinions and theories. Some fans started creating their own explanations, while others reminded everyone that it's important to wait until more verified facts become available. Until law enforcement or the court provides additional information, nobody outside those directly involved knows the full story. One thing that continues to stand out is how often Love and Marriage, Huntsville ends up making headlines for reasons that have nothing to do with business or success. Instead of discussions about new projects or accomplishments, conversations frequently shift toward legal issues, personal conflicts, and controversy. For many viewers, that's become a frustrating pattern. Every time it seems like the cast is moving forward, another headline appears that sparks fresh drama. Instead of celebrating positive milestones, fans find themselves talking about arrests, lawsuits, relationship problems, or ongoing disputes. That's why some people have even started jokingly calling the series by different names online. While those comments are meant as humor, they also reflect how many viewers feel the show's reputation has changed over the years. When you look back at previous seasons, legal situations have already become part of the show's storylines. Certain cases have been discussed across multiple episodes, sometimes lasting an entire season or even longer. Because of that history, many viewers are now wondering if this latest situation will also be included once the new episodes air. Whether producers decide to address it remains unknown. Reality television often includes major events happening in cast members' lives, but there is no confirmation that this particular incident will become part of the show. Another reason this story has attracted so much attention is because many critics spent months focusing on Melody Sherry. Rumors about her circulated online repeatedly, with some people almost expecting or hoping she would eventually face legal trouble herself. Instead, the latest news centers around another cast member entirely. That has caused many supporters of Melody to point out what they see as a double standard. They argue that she received constant criticism while other members of the cast have dealt with their own public controversies. Whether someone agrees with that opinion or not, it's clear that public perception has shifted. Many fans are now asking why so much energy was spent attacking one person when legal headlines involving other cast members continue to appear. Looking at the bigger picture, this isn't the first time members of the Love and Marriage, Huntsville cast have found themselves making news outside the show. Over the years, several names connected to the series have been linked to legal matters that became public knowledge. Because of that history, some viewers believe these incidents are beginning to overshadow what the program was originally supposed to represent. When the series first premiered, it focused on successful couples, entrepreneurship, and building businesses within the Huntsville community. Now, however, many online discussions focus less on business achievements and more on controversy. Instead of talking about new companies, investments, or career growth, much of the conversation revolves around personal conflicts and courtroom headlines. That has left some longtime fans disappointed. They expected a show highlighting professional accomplishments and family life, but instead they feel the drama has gradually become the main attraction. Of course, reality television depends on conflict to keep audiences interested. Disagreements and emotional moments are part of the format. However, many viewers feel there's a difference between entertaining reality TV drama and repeatedly seeing cast members involved in legal situations. For critics of the show, these repeated headlines raise questions about the image the cast is presenting. The series often emphasizes successful entrepreneurs and respected community figures, yet the public conversation frequently shifts toward arrests and other negative news instead. As a result, many fans continue asking whether the show has drifted too far from its original purpose. Instead of inspiring viewers with stories about business growth and personal success, they believe the focus has become almost entirely centered on controversy. Another issue that continues to come up is the cast dynamic itself. If you've followed the show for several seasons, you've probably noticed that many of the same disagreements keep repeating. The faces may be the same, but the arguments rarely seem to change. Instead of introducing fresh storylines or showing viewers something new, many fans feel the series keeps returning to the same conflicts year after year. Whether it's old relationship problems, broken friendships, or long-running feuds, the conversations often feel familiar. A lot of viewers have also questioned why certain stories continue for so long. Some situations have stretched across multiple seasons, leaving fans wondering if it's time for the show to move in a different direction. The biggest example, according to many viewers, has been the fallout from Melody Sherry and Martell Holt's marriage. Their divorce and everything surrounding it became one of the show's biggest storylines. While it certainly drew attention, many people now believe that chapter has been discussed enough. After several seasons, fans are asking for something different. They want to see business growth, new opportunities, and personal achievements instead of constantly revisiting old arguments. Another topic people often bring up is the alliances within the cast. Over time, viewers have noticed that certain friendships rarely change. Some cast members consistently defend one another, regardless of what happens. Because of that, Many fans feel they already know